Broadcasting live from the east side of sunny Madison, Wisconsin, it's The Last Show on Earth with Nate Chappell. Tonight, we're on the clock and rockin' is our business. And business is good. But now, the man who thinks that every job is a temp job since everything in life is temporary, the last host on Earth, Nate Chappell. Johnny? Oh, hey, ladies and gentlemen. I don't ever get started at any job right away. Welcome to episode job of the water cooler of internet television, The Last Show on Earth. So, you guys watched Friends last night? That shows you the last time I actually had a normal job. But me, I actually did watch Friends last night. Yeah, it's on Netflix, and Viv and I have been dipping back in. And I'm not sure if it's the writing or nostalgia or the fact that everything's so crazy out there in the world right now, but I finally just don't give a shit how they can afford that apartment. Finally got over it, I guess. So, 9 to 5, huh? What a way to make a living. I mean, nobody works 9 to 5 anymore, right? You're doing like 8:25 to 5:20 at least. I mean, working 9 to 5, that's a way to get downsized, right? I guess. I remember when I was in 4th grade, we were talking about jobs at school, and I bragged to everybody that my dad had 4 jobs in the last 2 years. He's some kind of big shot or something. He's just so good. He just finished the jobs, I guess. Time to move on to this other business. Then my teacher, Ms. Ryan, thought it was so funny that she told my dad this story at parent-teacher conferences. And then Dad came home and laid me off as his son. Very generous severance, though, I have to say. Yes, I'm happy to say that I haven't had a cubicle in a long time. The last time I did have a cubicle, after like a year, somebody asked me if I was going to decorate it at all. So I thought about it, and I printed out a single black and white headshot of Dolph Lundgren. Then I signed it. Nate, I mustn't break you, Dolph. And then a year later, a guy that I worked with said, man, you really love Dolph Lundgren. The guy really got me. A lot of meetings at that job. My boss actually had a sign on his door that said, don't feel like working? Call a meeting. And he called a lot of meetings. And it was in an office of lawyers, so every meeting was like a trial, with opening statements and arguments, grandstanding, cross-examining, over-examining, deliberation. Okay, and in this courtroom analogy, imagine that I'm the guy writing, I don't care, over and over and over and over again in a yellow legal pad. Because that's what I was doing. I was just a video guy, so this meeting was basically just to occupy my time. Yeah, my desktop background on my computer for that job was an audio waveform, and I would just listen to music and stare at it. So if anybody came up behind me and saw me, they'd think that I was editing audio. Really, really meticulously. That was the most I've ever been paid, you guys. Truly the least I could do. Capitalism, huh? Yeah, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wildlife biologist. Mostly because there was a picture in my 7th grade science textbook. You guys remember those textbooks? And do they even have those now? Or is it just blogs, or vlogs, or Vines, Snack Chat, whatever? Anyway, there was a picture in this textbook of this lady in a tent up a tree. I guess she was counting rabbits or something, but then, the next year, my 8th grade science teacher was kind of a dick, and I think I just wanted to hang out in a tree fort. Still my greatest career aspiration. Someday. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Nate. I just talked to Amy over at the Westside store, and he said that the district manager is on his way.
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Classic. Okay. Guys, we need all hands on deck. So, Viv, you sand the deck. Johnny, you paint the fence. I'm gonna wax off in a minute, but first, you grab a Q-tip and wax on, because it's time for your morning affirmation.
I'm security guard Carl Lewis with today's morning affirmation.
They say that time is a flat circle and a human construct, and really, couldn't the same be said about a clock? Oh, and that it's relative, so it's like a grandfather clock. Think about it. Welcome to my week in review. I'm Nate Chappell, and this is my week. On Thursday, I drove 3 hours to do 10 minutes of stand-up in front of a disco wall at an open mic in Dubuque, Iowa. Good thing time is a human construct, especially since I missed the light and accidentally did 20 minutes. A very, very tight 20. Not a moment wasted. On Saturday, Viv and I attempted to play the Friends board game, but the rules were more confusing than how do they afford that apartment. Could rental properties in New York City be any more expensive? On Sunday, I invented a new kind of fudge called spoon fudge. Here's the recipe. Step 1, make fudge wrong. Step 2, enjoy throughout day with spoon. That's my week in review. I'm Nate Chappell saying my week was better than your week. Pops would spend a lot of nights just tinkering alone, cooking up experiments for purposes unknown. I found out he'd been secretly inventing how to clone, when upon success he yelled, "I've done it!" to the rotary telephone. So following that mug's success, Pops took a crack at me. Well, that was 30 years ago. We're close as close can be. Perhaps so close, I'd say, and surely he'd agree, that I thank Pops most every day for not making number 3. It's the Tiny Little Talk Show with Patrick. Check out the little show that's a big deal. Patrick might be little, but he asks the big questions. In the small talk show world, Patrick's kind of a big deal. Small guests with big personalities. It's the Tiny Little Talk Show, only on Wolf Out TV. In a world where everyone's chasing something, one cat has one more chance to finally catch one red spot. The Red Spot on Wolf Out Television. The last show on Earth. We want you to think of things that you like. A monarch butterfly drying its wings in the summer morning sun. Taking your first steps in a brand new fresh pair of socks. Hammocks, dolphins, ice cream. That feeling you get when you peel an orange and it comes off all in one big piece. How you imagine your feet would feel squishing around in a tub of pudding. A baby potbelly pig asleep in a penny loafer. When you think of things that you like, think of us, the last show on Earth. Alright, can everybody hear me okay? Alright, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all had enough cookies. I can tell you it looks like Doug had plenty of eggnog. I'm just joking, of course, Doug. I know you struggle with vertigo. So just have a seat and stay. Okay, now, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Electric Corp year-end meeting and celebration. Clap, clap, clap. Welcome to... For those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy who signs your checks. My name is Steve Johnson. Well, I'm technically COO. I'm also COOL. That's what's cool for those of you in human resources. As you know, I'm kind of the comedian around here. But what can I say? You guys make it easy. Alright, Lois gave me a couple announcements right off the bat here. First, don't forget to sign up for the bake sale. We've only got a couple dozen brownies so far. And those are probably just for me, let's face it. So we're going to need some backup. And all the proceeds go to Doug's vertigo treatments. Okay, next, we need to figure out who has the backup keys to the monkey cages, okay? They grab the main set. And it's not like they know how to use them or anything, probably. But we're going to have to get back in there eventually, because they've also got the bathroom key. Okay, that's all the announcements. Now, on to the show. Well, first of all, how about that band, huh? They're the facilities department by day. But today, they're Jerry and the Jolts. Todd's better at drums than he is at returning emails, I'll tell you that much. My speakerphone is still busted, Todd. Just saying. Anyways, you know, I was nervous earlier about having to stand up in front, talk in front of all of you. But then Dave Sanders told me to imagine everyone naked. I didn't have to imagine. I just watched the tape from last year's holiday party. That was pretty wild. Anyways, to talk about this quarter's financials, it is my honor to introduce the money man himself, CFO Dave Sanders. Dave? Okay, Dave, I don't think your mic's working. Why don't you take it over there to Curtis? I'll just fill time here. Alright, everybody, let's hear it for Curtis and the AV crew. Oh, Kirk? Oh, Kirk, my apologies. Kirk and his crew doing a bang-up job there tonight. This is actually their first year doing it. Last year's crew was not interested after the event. They were not okay with how that went at all. I mean, I thought the volume was too low on some of the videos, but I didn't make a big deal out of it. But you lock a few people in a monkey cage for a few hours and it's the end of the world. I mean, Christy from marketing was running the cameras and Barb had her iPod plugged in, so no harm, no foul, the way I see it. Just like the volume on the videos. But no, they definitely pressed charges. I think Mike and Sandra are still in the pokey. What a night. But Kirk here seems pretty down for whatever, so I think this is going to be a really, really messed up, sexy night. Oh, it looks like we've got this mic working. Okay, this is stupid. You should just use my mic. Okay, just
Hello, let's hear it for Steve. I remember when I first transferred here, the first time I met Steve, I brought in cinnamon buns. And he said, Dave, I think you and I are going to get along just fine. And you know, he was right, because ever since then,
Okay, Dave, we got started a little late. Maybe let's just skip to the end.
Okay. Good things to come next quarter.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Thanks for those words that you said. We'll celebrate our 20-year anniversary achievers in a couple of minutes. But first, let's put up the birthday recognition list while Jerry and the Jolts play an original they call Electric Chords. Hit it! Oh man, that did not go very well. Dave smells like hairspray and cigarettes for some reason. What's that? Oh, your mic is hot. What? My mic is?
Hi, I'm Nate Grady. Webster defines debate as a contention by words or arguments. Jobs, 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 jobs. Is my time almost up? Companies are using overseas sweatshops. Sweatshops. Doesn't that sound gross? Ew. I'm a big supporter of women. I really love women. My mom's a woman. Read my lips. I think I understand trickle-down economics, but I'm saying, why don't we start with double-down economics? Pass. Can I pass? Can I have some more water? I also have a 5-point plan. High five. I can't breathe. Can you use it in a sentence? Free pizza for all. Oh, I'm sorry. I was up all night cramming for this thing. Hey, fair's fair. He's already had 4 years. Give somebody else a turn. It's my turn. I'm the sane one. I'm the sane one. On day 1, I'll probably just set up my office and get my Star Wars guys all lined up. Jim, I'd like to respond. I know you are, but what am I? Yes, I experimented with drugs in college, but I didn't inhale. You can't inhale heroin unless you smoke it. I did smoke heroin.
Nate Grady, Nate DeBatey.
Welcome back to the last show on Earth. Tonight's guest is here all the way from corporate in Rancho Cordova, California. Please give a warm welcome to the best dressed man in middle management, the fellow we respectfully call the Handsome Hammer, the guy who responds favorably to flattery, my boss's boss, District Manager Marc Blank, everyone.
Sorry, I'm just texting my friend a short story.
Okay.
And period.
Well, welcome to the show.
Hello, Nick. How are things here?
Good. Things have been really good. Well.
Well, what?
Oh, I just mean everything here has been going really well.
Hello, Mr. Blanket. I brought you a cup of coffee here.
No thanks. I don't drink hot beverages. They're bad for your chakras.
I'll take it, Johnny.
No, Nate.
It's Nick now.
Oh, well, let's just say I wouldn't want to poison you, Nick.
Oh, how was your trip here?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I have the ability to sleep on airplanes. And I've also been blessed with a pharmacist ex-brother-in-law.
Oh, more like brother outlaw, right?
No, it's completely legal.
Oh no, I'm sure. I just meant because it's your ex-brother-in-law.
All right, well, let's get to it. Do you have your numbers for the quarter?
Yeah, sure, I'll bite. Let's see this quarter first, though.
I like that. I'm going to use that.
Okay, but still, let's see this quarter.
Do you have the numbers, Nick?
Well, not printed out yet. Johnny, can you print out those numbers quick? The printer should be warmed up.
Yep, plenty warm.
Okay, great. In the meantime, let's get to know you. How did you get into district managing?
Oh, well, I used to manage my own franchise in Sacramento, and then a position at the props division at corporate opened up. I submitted a resume, got the job, and I've been crawling up the corporate pile ever since.
Wow, props, huh?
Yeah, I printed my resume on paper, soaked in tea, and charred the edges a little bit to make it look like old parchment.
Oh, nice touch.
But here's the clincher. I walk into my second interview, step up to the president of the company, I stick out my hand, and when she shakes it, she pulls my arm right off. It wasn't a real arm, you see. It was a fake arm.
Oh, I got that. How did you make that?
Oh, I didn't make it. I bought it at Spencer's Gifts. God, I love that place.
Here are those numbers you asked for, Nort.
Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot, Johnny.
All right. So what have you got?
Looks like we got 25, 133, 69, and negative 17.
Yeah. Those look right.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Ballpark.
Okay, well, great. So, are we done? Have you been to Wisconsin before? Maybe we could go grab a
Oh, we need
cow.
to still talk about the audit.
Oh, right, of course. I do that?
No. I did that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did, and it's not great, Nick.
It's not? What's wrong?
Well, first of all, you don't have your name tag on.
My...
That says Nate on it.
Oh, it's my old name. I'll fix it.
Okay, and the cat.
Yeah.
How old?
She's 20.
That's way too old.
Really? I don't...
And this fireplace is definitely not regulation.
Well, it's actually just a laptop.
What operating system?
Snow Leopard.
No go. Also, this table's grain is going in the wrong direction. That microphone looks too much like a robot. That blue thing on the couch is too scary. That couch is too small. Your face is too round. Jimmy's face is too pointy. And my face is too oily. I don't think corporate's gonna like this, Nate.
It's Nick. How about this? How about we play a game, and if you win, you report all this back to corporate, but if Johnny wins, you just give us a pass.
Is this how you do things around here?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, yeah, works for me.
Oh, works for you? Well, if this next guy is not working on a case, he might be working on a brioche. It's Nathan Hampers, attorney, at lunch. Oh, I had too much chili. It's gonna be in my briefs later. What have I done? Is of course the game where contestants will hear two things that I have done for money and one thing that I haven't done for money, and it will be up to them to determine which one I haven't done. So I realize now that it should be called What Haven't I Done, but not as fun to say dramatically. Now, it might seem like Johnny would have an advantage in this game, but believe me, when I speak, he does not listen to what I'm saying. So, don't worry about it. You guys ready to play? This is for a passing grade, I guess? Okay, first question. Okay, these are 3 jobs. Make tortillas at Pedro's Mexican restaurant. Fold shirts at The Gap. Water marigolds at a flower nursery. You're the guest, we'll let you go first. Which do you think it is fake?
I don't think you have folded shirts at the Gap.
Johnny?
I'm gonna also go with that.
That's right. You guys are both right, so keep track of your scores. 1-1.
8.
No, 1-1.
What?
But I got it right
Okay,
first.
next. You got the time is doing concert. Bake sandwich bread. Organize Robert Redford storage units. Fix a DVD robot.
I'm gonna. Oh, is it my turn?
Sure,
or-
yeah.
Sorry. I'm gonna go with fix a DVD robot.
Johnny?
Baked sandwich bread.
It was baked sandwich bread. 2-1. I have fixed a DVD robot. His name is Marty. Or he called me Marty. Next. Take reservations for Toadsuck Campground. Set up lights at Prince's Paisley Park. Clean churches. Johnny?
That seems really tough. Clean churches?
Mark?
I was also gonna go for clean churches.
It's clean churches. 3-2. 3-2. Next. Make tortillas at Pedro's. Glue fake bricks to fake wall. Teach improv to seniors. Mark?
Well, I know make tortillas at Pedro's is right.
That was part of the riddle. Isn't this a fun puzzle?
So it's a 50-50 shot here. I'm gonna go with teach improv to seniors.
Glue fake bricks to fake wall.
It was teach improv. 3-3?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alright. Is this the last question then? 3-3? Yeah, this is the last question, guys, for all of it. Moved people's stuff with questionable... Is that the right place to put an apostrophe? I don't know. I think so, but... Collect golf balls at a golf course. Door maintenance. Mark, will let you go first.
Oh man. I'm gonna go with door maintenance.
I was kind of leaning towards door maintenance too, but you know what? Let's just go for my second choice, golf balls.
It was golf balls. Oh, yes. We got a passing grade, ladies and gentlemen. That's been our show, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank District Manager Marc Blank for coming on the show tonight. Also, he also happens to be the co-host of the Late Early Show. Check them out wherever they are on Facebook, Broome Street Theater, etc. Also, a big thanks to the Rootin'est Tootin'est crew of two, Viv Chappell and Johnny Fisher, Finn Hammond and Tyler Enser, who made the music for tonight's show. Check out Tyler on SoundCloud and look for Finn faintly outlined in all of your photocopies. Coming up next, Wolf Out TV presents The Nate Man, clocking in and putting those velvet vocals to work on his show, The Sound. For more of this show, go to thelastshowOnEarth.org, we're a non-profit, and go to wolfout.tv for our other shows. And of course, we are Wolf Out TV all over this web we call worldwide. So look us up on google.com. Thanks for watching us tonight, creeps, and remember, we're watching you too. And as David Schwimmer always said, in the one where they move a couch or something, pivot!
All right, this is the Nate Man coming at you live from sunny Madison, Wisconsin, and you're listening to The Sound on Wolf Out Radio. We've got a big fat stack of Fleetwood Mac to flip for the tip-top of the hour, but first it's time for our special segment for all the lovers out there. That's right, put your lips together for The Sound of Love, where we take questions from forlorn lovers and saucy suitors, so the censor better let a finger linger on that beep button, because things might just get a little sexy, or, as always, I might just violate the terms of any one of my many non-disclosure agreements. All right, you know what I'm talking about. Although, to be clear, legally, you do not know what I'm talking about. But you're not here to listen to the legalese leaving my lips. You're listening for the language of love, and I ain't talking about French unless you're talking about kissing. All right. No, you're looking for more than that lackluster lip service, that whirling dervish of smacks and smooches. You're looking for answers, and I'm ready for your questions. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello? The Nate Man?
Yes, this is the Nate Man, coming at you live from sunny Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay,
This isn't Jeopardy, Alex, so if you want answers, you're gonna have to ask a question.
my name is Daryl.
Okay, I was calling you Alec like Alex Trebek, Daryl, but since I didn't phrase it in the form of a question, not unlike my second rap talk rock album, Do the Nate Man, you are off the hook. Haha, right.
Alright, there's a girl I work with. I'll call her Darlene. I think she's into me, but I don't know if I should, dip my pen in the company ink.
First of all, Alec, let me say that expression is offensive and very dated. Nobody even uses pens anymore, much less pens that you have to dip into something. Maybe that's why this Darlene isn't into you. And I'll call her Darlene? If you're just guessing this lady worker's name, then maybe you need to get to know her a little better. I remember when I was fresh out of community college, Right after the graduation of my classmates, I took an internship at Disneyland in Anaheim. You'll notice I wasn't offered it, I took it. Because that's the kind of ballsy bravado that launched my mediocre rise to moderate success that I am now resting on my very comfortable laurels following. No, I took the job from some nerdy kid, but the job was to wear the goofy suit so nobody could tell, and it was a perfect fit. Not the job. I was very offensive and couldn't stop speaking. But the suit, it fit me like a glove. Especially the gloves, actually. I mean, it was the 90s. I think we were all a little bit goofy back then. Am I right or am I right? All right. Anyways, I was living the life of Goofy when I met the most beautiful princess in all the land. I think her name was Jasmine. Her eyes were a deep chocolate. Not white chocolate, but the other kind. Would have been kind of creepy if they were white, huh? Some sort of zombie princess. Although, I guess the outside parts were white. Not the middle part, but the white part. I forget what that's called. Hey, maybe I shouldn't have huffed so many magic markers. Hell, maybe I should have huffed more. It is magic after all. Anyways, her eyes were a deep, both kinds of chocolate. Very large, very plush, as was the rest of her suit. Our giant eyes met, and I could tell the eyes in her mouth also might have been looking at me. We dated for 3 to 6 hot Arabian nights, because remember, this is the 90s before those suits had AC systems. So I mean, it was hot. Anyways, one night we were, how do I put this delicately, pressing our plush pieces together, and even though as a Disney character I was to remain silent, I looked into her mouth mesh with my mesh mouth and I said, "I love you, Ariel." Like the mermaid. She slapped me as hard as she could. It didn't hurt, of course, through the suit, but I felt it inside. The suit, but barely. She stormed out of the It's a Small World ride, and I never saw her again because I was fired that very afternoon for lining the inside of my mask with magic marker soaked rags. It's all about timing, isn't it? I still think of her every time I watch The Little Mermaid. Does that answer your question, Alec?
No.
All right, I'm glad I could help. Well, cuties and cupids, we gotta fly because unlike the inedible Bobby Dylan said in his song The Rolling Stones, time is not on our side. But on the other side of the break, allow me to uncramp your style with a wily pile of the finest vinyls ever spun. But for now, this is the Nate Man, coming at you love from Wolf Out Studios in sunny Madison, Wisconsin. All right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the battery just died on my keyboard. And that's the thing about jobs, is that they don't always go according to plan. I quit. That's it, guys. This is bullshit. I quit. I'm out of here, but first let me just say goodnight and good nachos. You can't fire me. I quit.